Hello, everybody. Right, here we go then. This is the top 10 of my top 50 horror films of all time for the time being. So, but I'd just like to say what bad news it is just hearing about Wes Craven dying of brain cancer. Such a inspirational director and, made such amazing films. I mean, Last House on the Left is still notorious and but well respected now. Hills of Eyes, Scream, obviously Nightmare on Elm Street. Just made such some amazing films, and such a shame that he's actually gone. He'll be missed, and he had a few films and stuff in the pipeline, which will hopefully someone else will step in and realise his dream. But such a shame. My sympathy goes out for his family and that. So Wes Craven, you will be missed. Okay, then. Right, here we go then. Here's my top 10 films that am in my top 50. Right, first up, we have here is the brilliant Halloween from 1978. Obviously, John Carpenter film, which was basically a trailblazer. Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode, Donald Pleasence, who was absolutely brilliant as Dr. Loomis. Absolutely brilliant he was. PJ Soles as Linda, had a great role in it as well. And Tony Moran, obviously, who was played Michael, or The Shape as he was known back then. This is just an amazing film. Such a low budget independent film. Had a great opening with his POV kill of his sister, which has been copied God knows how many times. Has great music with his theme that John Carpenter done as well. Really, really slow build of a film that you can feel the tension in the air in it. Camera work was amazing, and who can forget the ending when he actually tracks her down and gets shot. And basically, look back out over the balcony and is gone. And basically, then the music kicks in. Absolutely brilliant film, and one of the all-time greats. So that was my number 10 film. That was Halloween, the original. Right, number 9 is this, Evil Dead 2. Absolutely brilliant film. I still remember this when it came out back in 1987. It was such a controversy over here in the UK. Sam Raimi come over and he was on talk shows. I remember this Central Weekend thing on ITV, and he was on there, and it really pissed me off because he was getting so much shit from the audience, apart from a couple of people. And I used to remember thinking, I wish I was there to stick up for him and defend him. This is a classic film. With Bruce Campbell in it. You know what I mean? Absolutely love it. The beginning of it retells a story from the first Evil Dead. Obviously, it's got a bigger budget this time, but it doesn't really matter about the budget because it's just such a great film. I mean, the scene with the hand is obviously it's total classic now. Everybody knows about it. Absolutely great. Chops it off and it basically goes after him and smashing plates over his head before he done it, and that it is just absolutely amazing. Gore in it was just relentless as well, which is what you really wanted. Yeah, I absolutely love it. And I think Bruce Campbell should have got an Oscar nod for this because he was absolutely amazing in it. And it's so glad to actually see the TV series is coming out soon. Really can't wait for that. Ash versus the Evil Dead. Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, the ending of this was great as well. When he goes through the portal and ends up in the old medieval times, opens it up brilliantly for the third one, which, in my opinion, is the weakest of the three. But yeah, this is just a classic. I mean, what can you say? Absolutely amazing. So that's my number 9, Sam Raimi's Evil Dead. Right, number 8 here is 2009 Sam Raimi film again, Drag Me to Hell. I mean, this film, it looked good when I first seen it, and basically when I watched it, it was just amazing. I don't know why it isn't as widely respected as some other films and that. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. I mean, Alison Lohman plays brilliant. She plays Christine Brown, boyfriend Justin Long, and Lorna Raver as Miss Ganush. I mean, she works in a bank, refuses that Ganush a loan, and basically she begs, she goes on her knees and actually begs Earth to give her it because she's going to lose her house, but the boss basically says, only the strong survive sort of thing, so she refuses her the loan. And basically after that, she puts a curse on her. I mean, it's just absolutely brilliant from then on. I mean, I loved it. I mean, the thing where she attacks her in the car park and she drools in her mouth and it's a big fight. Oh, that's disgusting. And she goes around her house and find out she's dead. And she can't actually lift the curse because things keep happening to her. Obviously, people don't believe her. It's absolutely great. The scene where she goes to the graveyard and digs her up. And the ending is just amazing. I love the ending. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like happy endings. And this was great. Plus that Dilip Rao plays Raman Jas and he does the exorcism. I mean, that scene's brilliant. I mean, the sound was amazing. You hear some of the sound effects from the Evil Dead films in it as well. Oh, it's a brilliant joyride from start to finish, and it should have been a box office hit. How it wasn't amazes me. But yeah, that's my number 8. That's Sam Raimi's Drag Me to Hell. Oh, brilliant film. Right, my number 7. It's a classic. Oh, sorry about that. Classic. It's Toby Hooper's 1974 masterpiece, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, this is absolutely brilliant. I mean, Marilyn Burns is amazing in this, and Gunnar Hansen just nails it with Leatherface. I mean, is the ultimate one, isn't he? He's the only one as far as I'm concerned. That's his signature there. Absolutely brilliant film. I mean, I remember watching this on the old VHS, and then it was banned. And then it took me to 99. I got a DVD player, got it chipped, and I imported this because it was still banned at the time. And I was surprised at how little blood was in this film. But it's just all done by great filmmaking. I mean, cinematography in it's great, the music's in it's great, the sound effects are just amazing in it. And it just rolls along. I mean, after they pitch the hitchhiker up and, get chased down, the scene where he slams the door shut. I mean, one of the scenes I always wanted to see was the bit where I opened the fridge and bird pops up and stuck on the meat hook like on that. I mean, it's not bloody, it's all sort of in your mind really of what it would be like, and it was just a great film. I mean, I just love it to bits. I mean, the remake was good as well. I mean, a lot of people knock that, but this is the only Texas Chainsaw Massacre film for me. Absolutely brilliant. So that's my number 7, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, number 6. Number 6 is Dawn of the Dead, George A. Romero's from 1978. I mean, this is one of the most classic ones you can get, isn't it? I mean, everybody knows about this. Everybody loves it. You know what I mean? Galen Ross, Ken Foray, and Tom Savini's in it as well, And it's just awesome, It starts off with the zombie outbreak already in full flow. And George Romero, when they get to the shopping centre, is absolutely brilliant. They clear it out, which is quite fun. Box it all in, put the trucks in front of it, and then the bikers come up with Tom Savini, and they basically fuck it up, let everybody in, and it's just a fight to get out then. I mean, absolutely brilliant. Just love it. It's just a pity they're fucking about with the shopping centre now and trying to knock it down. Well, not knock it down, but they're changing it all and that. But, this is just a classic, No matter which version you watch, it's brilliant. That's Dawn of the Dead, my number 6. Now, number 5. Number 5 is the late Wes Craven's Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, this came out in 1984, but we didn't get it over here. I actually seen it in 1985, actually when I was still 14. Still got into the cinema to see an 18. Yeah, this is just, this is another one that just changed horror films, isn't it? Absolutely a brilliant, Heather Langenkamp playing Nancy was absolutely brilliant. There she is, and plus it's a film that gave Johnny Depp his start in career. John Saxon in it as well. Robert Englund. There he is. He is, and always will be Freddy, won't he? But this one was just, that was brilliant. I remember going to cinema and watching it. I mean, it was just unique in its way, about Freddy, child molester and murderer, getting into your dreams. So you're watching it, you don't know whether they're dreaming, whether they're awake. It's just the way they'd done it was just absolutely brilliant. Nobody believed her. The attack at the beginning, where she's up on the roof, on the ceiling, where they made that special room which flipped around was just amazing. It's just great, everything about it. The music, the scene in the alleyway when he stretches his arms out, freaky as fuck. But yeah, I mean, it was just the best of the lot. I love it. It never gets boring. That's just a pure classic. Right, that's that one. That's Nightmare on Elm Street. That's number 5. So now, here we go. Top 4. Number 4 from 1985 is Day of the Dead. I mean, most people put Dawn of the Dead above this, but to me, this is it. This is my favourite Romero zombie film. Absolutely great. I watched this at the cinema in 85. Loved it so much, I actually went back and watched it again. Absolutely great. Laurie Cardile in it, actually brilliant. Terry Alexander sticks with her. You got Joseph Pilato, absolutely brilliant, man. The scene where he gets ripped in half is probably one of my favourite kills of all time. Then you got Sherman Howard, brilliant as Bub, great zombie. Obviously Richard, Lybrath as Dr. Loomis, or Frankenstein as is actually known. He plays it absolutely great. A lot of people moan about this because it's boring, it's there in the underground bunker, but that's the whole thing to me. They're in there with the zombies as well, and they're basically like cattle. And you got the zombies outside the gate always threatening to get in. It's just brilliant, and it goes completely tits up for them. I just love it. The zombies get in, it's just pure fucking mayhem. Love it. Absolutely love it. So that's Day of the Dead. Now at number 4. Now, number 3 is another zombie film. It's 1979's Lucio Fulci's Zombie Flesh Eaters. I mean, this is the one I always remember from a kid more than any. I always remember the cover. That was the cover there, the old Vipco video cover. I mean, this was actually on the shelves. Then, basically, another one that got pulled. And the classic eye piercing scene was cut out and it was butchered. Totally butchered. But, I don't understand it. Tisa Farrow in it, Ian McCulloch, played great roles in it. And the eye gouging scene is still brilliant when you see it uncut on this. The way it pierces the eyeball. Absolutely brilliant. And the shark versus zombie scene. Totally fucked up. But yeah, absolutely great film. Good gore, good music. Italian zombie films at its best. Love it. That's Zombie Flesh Eaters. Right, now into my top 2. This was the hardest one of them all because I have one film that's my number 1, another one that's my number 2, but then I always go between the two. But when I wrote the list, which I haven't actually changed, my number 2 film, which might surprise the wife, is Cabin Fever. I mean, this film's brilliant. I've seen this back in 2002. No one had ever heard of Eli Roth or any of his films and that. And I remember going in and coming out and saying to my brother, fuck me, that was brilliant. It was great. I love it. Jordan Ladd, Ryder Strong, James DeBello and Serena Vincent, all done great. And Eli Roth even done the cameo in it as well. I mean, it was just great. Such a simple idea where they get a virus. And basically, they'll start getting fucked up and paranoid, and it's great. The gore in it's brilliant. The story's absolutely amazing. But there is one scene in it, don't know if anyone else has noticed it, where they're in the car in the 4x4, and you look in the rearview mirror, you can actually see the cameraman there filming them, which I thought was quite funny. Never noticed that till I got it on Blu-ray. But yeah, it's just great. I mean, the ending's good, in the water and the virus spreading. Yeah, second film wasn't that good, but Oh, it's great when they chuck his girlfriend in the shed and lock her up. And they all start getting the shaving scene with a leg where it starts ripping all the flesh off. Ah, it's great. Just love it. It's a fun, gory film. I mean, we don't get enough of these anymore. And Eli, when the fuck are you going to release Green Inferno? Because I'm dying to see that. So that's my number 2 film. That's Cabin Fever. And my number 1 film. Obviously, it's Sam Raimi's 1981 classic, The Evil Dead. I mean, a lot of people prefer part 2 there, but I think this is the granddaddy of them all. You know, made on a micro budget. It just ticked all the boxes. The tree rape scene, which everybody knows about, and which was very controversial over here when it got banned. It was great. What is not to love about this film? Everything is great in it. They get basically gore. The chopping, when Buzz gets chopped up at the end with the axe. I mean, that was heavily cut here originally, and then local cinema actually put it on at the cinema uncut in the late 80s, and me and my older brother went to watch it, and it just seemed to go on and on when they chopped him up, and we're gonna get you. I mean, that bit, oh fucking hell, it's so annoying, so great, and the effects were brilliant. Yeah, some of the stop motion stuff now looks a bit dated, but it's fucking brilliant. Chopped off heads, the camera work where it went through the woods and all that with the noise and bashing through the doors, running after him, and that. It's just great. I mean, just love this film to death. I can watch it every day of the week and never get bored of it. Absolutely brilliant. So, yep, that's it. That's my number 1 film. So, that's it all there. All my films, my top 10. First off, it's Halloween, the original. Evil Dead 2, Drag Me to Hell. Absolutely brilliant. Drag Me to Hell. Love it to bits. You know what I mean? And then, got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, original Dawn of the Dead, and A Nightmare on Elm Street. Then I've got Day of the Dead, Zombie Flesh Eaters, that's Cabin Fever, and my number 1 film there, Evil Dead. So that's it, everybody. That's the end of my list. I look forward to watching all the rest of yours, and yeah, we can all compare notes and see how each other's differs. If I did this next week, it might be slightly different as well, but there you go. So check out everyone else's videos that are in this, and hopefully some more of you will pick yours up and do it yourself as well. And thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I hope you have a good weekend. Okay, bye.